I've been up since almost 7 in the morning, and I wanted to get on here and start looking at this stuff earlier, but as soon as I signed on for work, there was literally about 9 different tasks for me to do, and I've only gotten done with a little bit less than half of them. It's just whatever, man. All right, let's see how quickly we can do this before the market opens, because there's quite the possibility that the market might just start rallying. It looks to me like we're forming it's not much of a bull flag, but we've been basically consolidating right above this trend here. Let's first look at trading view to get our better view of what's going on. Work out of this channel. I think right now we're consolidating between this trend and this was the green line or the green channel that we were stuck in before. And I perused Adam Mancini's newsletter on Friday, but I didn't fully go through it again today. Or yesterday. I don't have time, and I'm freaking exhausted, man. So fed up with this shit. Oh, well, I messed up and cursed on this. Whatever, I don't really care. It's not like this thing is monetized. Alright. Yeah, this isn't a textbook bull flag, or it looks like it may be breaking out of this bull flag already. I don't know. Obviously 4161's resistance, but let's go ahead and read Adam Mancini's tweet. On Thursday, I was looking for a squeeze, and ES put in second largest green day of new bull cycle that began March 13th. ES is now resting after Friday's run. Plan today, as long as 4150 keeps holding. 4176 is next. Let's see if we can find that. Alright, that's complement to this chat. I don't know. I don't even know what this channel is. And I really don't know why. This is the one thing I don't like about TradingView is the thickness of lines and trends really doesn't change very much. What is this one? I don't know. I don't know if this is a channel. Let's see if we can zoom back a little bit. Yeah, that's not a channel. That's just one trend. All right. So this might be our first resistance here, 4176. And then after that, 4182 was the last target, which I think is the halfway point to that channel that we were in last time that we fell from. Of course, none of these lines are going to show up the same on Thinkorswim, of course. Even though I've tried to change them. Anyways, we got this weekly here. This might be a problem. Let's look at SPY. Yeah, so many levels. I don't know. I don't know if this is actually 4172. Right now we're at 4155. So I have that accurate at least, somewhat. Alright, let's take a look at the VIX. I don't know if there's anything significant about this level. Maybe. Alright. I need to remove one of these. It looks like it might be this one. And then place this one here. Complement to this. This works. This works. This works. This one I don't know. Well, we got a rejection off here and here and here, so this one works too as well. Alright, so if we do rally, it would be helpful if we can keep below this daily here on VIX, and we can at least push to this daily here. So let's see if that even happens. So if 4182, let's go with the first one. I like going with the first one because it's safer. 4176, right? Yeah, it was 4176. I don't feel like dealing with the hassle trying to get my phone to unlock. Let's see if we can find a confluent level. 4176. Sorry, I'm trying to find where 4176 would be here, but you know how it is to zoom in and out in Thinkorswim. It's frustrating. Alright, so let's shoot for 415 strike. $16. Yeah, I'm sure this is $16 today. Actually, wait. Have we really changed much from where we closed? That's slightly higher than where we closed. I don't know how accurate this 451 is, but this is support for now. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much of a plan. If we can get a pullback to 451, or if we get a false breakdown of 451, then that'll be good. Of course, there is the possibility that we may just start to rally as soon as the bell rings. I don't know how possible that is. Because, again, on VIX, we've got this old trend line from before, which I believe, this is 515, right? Yes, let's back it up to 1030. Yeah, on 1030, of course, it looks different. It's typical Thinkorswim. The trend line moves, but we zoom back in on 515, and it's down here now. So I think this might be a good confluence of rejection to push this down. Yeah, it's quite possible as soon as the bell rings, this will just start rallying. What is this? This is like old news? This is from Friday? Or this is today? How is price up 1.85% today? Unless they're giving me news about the price movement between today and last week, which, I don't know. I guess because I'm a day trader, this seems like asinine information or late information. Yeah, I got nothing else to add here. And while I'm talking, I already received 2 more tasks. So I'm going to try and come back right when the market opens and see if we can catch a possible move. Jesus, man. Like I have to push 10 different buttons just to get Thinkorswim to show me a chart. I wanted 415, not 416. Yes, please. Perfect ideal scenario is for you to drop down to 451 for me. Give me a fake breakdown, give me a demand, give me a quick retest, or not so quick, and then rally for me. If you can please do that for me, that'll make my day. I can quickly make profit, be done with it, and then have to catch up on all this work. I wonder if these are all the swingers taking their profit. We did, though, form on a 30-minute chart a kind of sloppy looking supply right here. We're approaching that confluence of the daily with that downtrend line on VIX. Beginning to wonder if I should just go long with a couple options here with a tight stop loss and just see where that takes me. But I would really like for this to push down a little bit more. But we're at 4151, so this is wrong. This is wrong. So you know what? Damn it. Yeah, this is actually 4148, it looks like. So once again, levels are wrong. Only way for me to know is to wait for the price on ES to get to a certain point, then take the trade. This is 4151. And this is 4155. Oh my god, every single level is wrong. And this is more like 4160. Well, looking bad so far. I'm trying to zoom in on the VIX, but good lord, man. Sorry, I'm just watching and sort of spacing out, hoping that that 451 can hold as support. There was one little voice at one point that said, hey, put a buy in at 17 or 18 just in case it pulls back down. Add to your position and average it down. Although I don't know how much of a huge average down that would be. Because if 451 does hold and this does bounce and start to go back up, I can sell one option and lock in some profits. Of course, if it doesn't hold and it falls, I'll have to sell even quicker to lock in, not lock in, but to reduce the risk of damage. I don't know, to mitigate the trying to, the words are there, just not coming out the mouth. to mitigate the exposure to loss, I guess, since I'm multiplying my position size. Let's do that. Let's put another add in just in case this thing turns around at what, 2020? Or should I just do 21 and not be greedy? I'll do one at 20. Looks like I'm not going to get filled. Should have did 21. Alright, I'll try one at 22. Nope. Okay. Alright, never mind. Let's just see how far this one can go. Beautiful. Look, we're rejecting off of that daily on VIX. I should have just jumped in another position, having seen that possibility. In fact, I should have gotten in 2 at 20. There's still the issue of the supply, which is confluent to our high of Friday. I wonder if I should have kept my buying at 22. But I kind of want to wait for this candle to close and see what the next candle shows. The fact is, we're 8 minutes in, and this is still a red candle. But we are going down on VIX. I probably should have gotten in at 22 though. Alright, I'll try it. I'm torn between waiting for this candle to close, but I have a feeling the next candle will have a bigger push. VIX is still going lower. It's a weird feeling getting picked up but then at the same time getting stressed because you get picked up and hoping it'll turn around. 4 minutes until this candle closes. What I would also like to see ideally is for this candle to close and the next candle to open green and to be, of course, creating a demand zone. Forget the retest. A nice strong demand, especially on the 15 and the 30, both even, both clean. And then we can go ahead and push forward to 4176, I think, was it? It appears that VIX is still going down, but I'm watching the candle. It just, look, it's very tiny. It's very difficult to see, and when I try and zoom in, oh, it actually worked this time. But this is not good. This wick, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see that at all. I need this to push down. That's not good. Well, the bears know 4151 is an important level, so they're going to want to push this below. Damn it. I should have waited until this candle closed. Should have stuck with the original plan. But again, at one point this candle looked like an upside down hammer or whatever it's called. This is not good. I have to be careful. I'm gonna have to put a stop loss soon because I'm double exposed now. Oh, now we started a new candle and it's already selling pretty hard. All right. What I was hoping again is that the bulls would start this candle off green and strong, level with this one, but that's not happening. Now see here, I could have gotten in two options at 19 or 18 in the hopes that the bulls can turn this around and create the demand. Damn it. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to risk a little over $20 loss, unfortunately. I have to put this at maybe 14. If I put it at 12, that's gonna be $20 down the hole. All right, we're gonna put it at 15. Oh, I only sold one. I forgot to do both. There it is, gone. Unfortunately, that's gonna be a like a $15 loss. For 15 with the commission, yeah, $15 loss. And that's it. I'm done for the day. That's unfortunate. I asked and it wasn't delivered. And unfortunately on the VIX, we've turned completely around and we've gone back down to the back up to the daily. And it's possible we might break this too, so this isn't looking good. Of course, if I had more funds to trade, I might consider taking this short. I think if this sells, the next spot would be 4-1. I forgot where Adam Mancini said it would be. 4138. Which I have no idea if these levels are correct. Yeah, we're breaking above that daily on VIX. I think 4138 is confluent with this trend line here. So we may end up pushing down there. Oh well. This is one day where I followed my gut and it didn't quite work. It looked like we might get a confluence of a rejection on VIX and then a drop. I had hoped that 451 would hold, but in truth there was no supply or demand zones justifying that trade. I probably shouldn't have doubled down because I had no confluences either. It wasn't like Friday where I had the confluence of it breaking out of a week-long channel, you know. But you guys know how things work here. I've been doing this long enough. You can probably tell what may happen is bulls will take this back above 451 on this candle, and then on the next candle they'll rally or something. I don't know. But I double down in the hopes that this might turn around and give like a little mini rally. Here we go, it just keeps coming. Okay. Anyways, I'm sorry. I was hoping this might turn around and give like a mini rally, and this will go from like 20 to 35, and then I can just sell one, take that $15, and just put a break-even stop loss on the other, and see if I can walk away and let that one work. But obviously that didn't happen, and we got hit with a $15 loss. It would have only been $7 if I just kept one option, and I probably would have exited that one earlier. Anyways, enough. I just wanted to point out really quick. Take a look at VIX. See, we've broken through the daily. We're about to break through this channel. If that does clear, other than this hour, this is going to be dropping to the daily. So had I extra funds and decided to take this short, maybe on the rejection of VWAP here, that's probably what I should have done. I probably should have sold this at VWAP. But then again, it looked like it was going up, so why would you sell when it's going in your favor? But this projection of VWAP from here to here might be a little bit of oh look, the bulls are turning it around. Yeah, anyways, yeah, this is just gonna be a bunch of chop for now, it looks like. And yeah, it looks like now we're rejecting off of that trend on VIX. So who knows, man. All right, tweet from Adam Mancini. After Thursday's 100-point squeeze, ES now in the messy post-rally chop phase, and what supports defend during this retracement phase will be very telling. Ideally, bulls want to hold 4138, 4140 here, then reclaim 4150, fail there sees deeper retrace to 4130 and likely lower. But here's the interesting part. Remember I was saying how I would like to see a demand form? Well, hilariously, it is now forming on ES. Granted, this candle just started, but it's forming a demand below our support. So, could this be it? I don't know. Had I waited until now, or maybe adjusted my strike to something closer to maybe the 414, and then tried to get in at maybe the high 20s, I don't know. Or if I really want to play it safe and follow the MK strategy, I could wait to see if this demand does form when this candle closes and continue waiting until that demand gets retested. And I have a feeling that may well be what happens. But who knows, because this candle only just opened a few minutes ago. It's only been 3 minutes. It would have been preferable to see a supply form on VIX just under this trend, but it's not. You can see here, it's not a clean supply. Nonetheless, if bears want to win, they need to turn this around and push this above this trend, and then it can run. Bears also have the confluence of this area right here. I don't know if this level is accurate, but as Adam Mancini said, 4140, no, this is definitely not accurate. I think down here is more like 4140. So this would be a good spot to go long, really, now that I think about it. But the bulls are turning it around, and they're about to reclaim 4150 in a moment. So this may well be a spot to take it long. Not that I can do it right now. I mean, even if I wanted to go back to my original 415. Oh, I do have enough to get in here, actually, hilariously. I do. If I wanted to, I can probably get in. If this pulls back to 14, I can get in. I'm not going to, although I've already made one trade with 2 options, and that failed. So, screw it. Plus, we still have VWAP to contend with. I say that though, but VIX is going down. Adam Mancini says this often in his newsletters, and I agree. Some of the worst times to trade is after a strong rally. So it's probably more reason why I shouldn't have doubled down on my trade. Well. Alright, a quick update. You can see we finally formed a demand zone that, I just realized my other chart is not on the 15. It's it's on the 30. I mean, it's not on the 30, it's on the 15. I don't recall changing this chart, and I'm beyond frustrated as to why it's changed. Maybe I was messing around with it on Friday, but in fact, let me show you what I'm looking at here. Hopefully it shows the same on this chart as it does on the other one, but who knows with Thinkorswim. See, this, again, this is the green channel that we were in. Let's zoom out to the 360. This is the green channel that we were in much of April. The top of that green channel is our top of our megaphone, which we tested. What trips me out is on TradingView, I'll show you in a second, but I'm pretty sure on TradingView we tested this bottom of the megaphone this time and this time, but on Thinkorswim it doesn't look that way. But regardless, Let's go back to a 5:15. No, the 10:30, because I want to show you this. So remember, this is the bottom of our April green channel. All right. In fact, this should be much bigger. All right. So you can see now on the 30, we formed a 30-minute demand right on that green channel. It doesn't look that great here, but when I shorten the chart, and it's not all stretched across the screen, you can see it looks like a perfectly clean demand zone. That being said, I suppose I could take this long and see if this pushes higher, but we're just now at VWAP, and check out where we rejected on VIX. Okay, it doesn't show it here. Let's try the 515. Okay, so we created a supply, a very choppy supply, and finally rejected at this trend here and pushing down. If this was a demand retest, it was too far out. But we did break past VWAP. We're at VWAP right now on ES. I'm debating about taking this long myself, to be honest. Yeah, I might do that. If it turns around, I don't know. I might get burned. I'm trying to see if I can get filled at 9. Because I'm pretty sure if I go to a 414 strike, there's no way I can get in. Yeah. It has to be here. Alright, fine. I guess it has to be 10. I was hoping that we'll get a slight rejection from VWAP on ES, just a slight enough rejection for me to get filled at 9, but I'm not going to argue over $1. We still haven't cleared VWAP on ES, mind you. One little bit of good news, but of course it doesn't mean a whole lot. On VIX, we've broken down past this barrier here. If we can push just a little bit lower and make a new low for the day on VIX, that'll be pretty bullish. But again, it seems like we're having trouble getting past VWAP. On ES at least. We had a little peak above it, but it fell back down, so anyways, I'm going to put a stop loss at 7, maybe 6. So I'll risk a few more bucks if it turns around. I'll come back and actually, should I even bother with a stop loss? It's $10. I'm not going to bother with a stop loss. I'll put it at 5. How about that? I'll put it at 5. If it just turns around and comes back on me, what can I do? And then it'll be a $20 loss for the total for the day, which sucks because that's kind of what I gained on Friday. So unfortunately, I was looking forward to VIX going down lower, but unfortunately, we're having a little bit of a pullback. So what I want to see is this to finally fall, make a new low of the day, fall lower than the pre-market, and then at the very least, make it to this level here. And that might be enough for me to recoup the losses for today. But if we can break past this and make our way to Adam Mancini's first target of 4176, I think it was, that'll be a pretty good move. I should also point out that bulls need to reclaim 4151 or 4150. We're at 4149, and unfortunately it looks like they're having trouble. So anyways, I'll come back when when my stop loss is kicked in. Here is a perfect example of why it is so important with options to pick an in the money, at the money, or just 1 or 2 strikes out of the money option, because here I have 415, which at the time I took the option, the trade was like 3 points away. Doesn't sound like a significant amount, 3 points, but it is ODTE. And we finally broken through VWAP. Let me just show you for context. We were hovering around here initially when I took my option at $10. Now we're all the way up here. All right, not a significant change, but still 30 cents on SPY. And we've reclaimed 4152, so we've gone from 4149 to 4152, so $3 on ES. And on the VIX, we were initially hovering right at this line, and I was hoping we can break past and make it to this line. And my thoughts were, if we could do that, maybe I can get 10 bucks or something like that, just to mitigate the losses for today. But as you can see, we've made quite a move on VIX, and my option's only gone up $1. $1, which is useless. Useless, absolutely useless. Meaning, if you bought 100 options at $10 and sold it here at 11, you'll just break even, because you'll be able to pay for the commission and that's it. This much of a move, and this is all. So that's what sucks about getting. But watch, look what happens if we got an in the money option. So we got in at 412. Let's see, we put up 412. What time did we buy in? At 1051. So let's say at 1051 we bought in, is this 1051? So let's say we got in at 100, let's pick the top one, $105. All right, at least we're already up about 15 bucks. Not a significant amount, but it's something. $15 increase as opposed to I mean, it was a $1 increase, but it just keeps fluctuating. And I put a sell. I took off my stop loss, and I put a sell up here. This is my alert, but the sell is further up. I put a sell at $25 in the hopes that I can mitigate the losses from today. And let me zoom out. For that to happen, as you can see, well, that you can't see because I have to zoom out, we'll have to get all the way up here to 414.8 for this to be worth $25. And you can see we're pushing down now. So I don't know how long bulls can keep this up. Plus this is the 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. lull of the day. Oh yes, I remember I initially put my stop loss at $7, right? We're about to hit that spot. So yeah, not looking good. Well, as you might guessed, everything turned around against me. So I'm gonna go ahead and exit here at 6. There it is. We'll get back some of our money. This is a crappy day. We've gone from 60 something, I think, down to now just below 40. We formed a supply here, very clean supply. We dropped below VWAP on SPY. Obviously, we dropped below VWAP on on ES. Of course, after I sold at 6, it bounced up to 8 because, that's how it goes. But more importantly, we formed a demand. Well, not more importantly, but I would say as important, we formed a demand on VIX. And as you can see on my cursor, this is exactly the pre-market low. I was hoping we can break below it. We did, but unfortunately we couldn't maintain that momentum and turn back around. So this is going to be basically a loss worse than what I had on Friday. Yeah, Friday I think I made 24. I forgot what it was I made on Friday. 20, 18, $19. I don't know what it was, but this is a complete fiasco compared to Friday. I should have traded only one option this morning, and I probably should have just called it a day after that because this is just frustratingly annoying. No follow through for the day. I still think bulls are largely in control as long as they can keep VIX below this trend here, and as long as they can keep it above this confluence here. In fact, looking at this would be a good spot to take it long on a swing, I suppose. But yeah. I mean, we're still technically above our demand, but again, the best strategy would have been to take an at the money option. Let's see what 411. Let's see what happens if we took a 411. Oh, I think I did. No, that wasn't 411 I used. So let's say you were able to get in. No, let's just say you got in when I did. What was it? 1051, right? 1051. So here, you say you got in at 180, because that's my luck. That's where I would have gotten filled at the very top of the candle at 180. You could have potentially sold at 200 here, maybe 201. I don't know if it squeezed up that high. And yeah, that would have yielded, if I only got one option, $20, which isn't great, but that's just the point I'm trying to make, is that when you go in the money, you can profit off the tiniest moves. But when you're out of the money by even just 2 or 3 points, it makes no difference. Because again, the highest this thing got to after I got in at 415 was 11. So, yeah. And this is a pretty clean supply. And again, not so clean, but it's definitely demand on VIX. So yeah, not looking good. Of course, there's every possibility this will turn around and start to rally. I wouldn't be at all surprised, but I decided to get back at least half of what I put in just to save face. So anyway, all right, I'm about to step away and hopefully finally make something to eat, but I just want to point out this is an interesting circumstance here. This is where the demand was formed, right, where you see my cursor. Let me just go ahead and mark it just to make things easier. This is where the demand was formed, and it's confluent to a 30-minute demand. And it's confluent, let's put this on a 1030, with the bottom of that green channel that we reclaimed on Friday. So this would be an absolutely good spot for this to bounce. And it looks like it may be happening. So it looks like this, if this bounces, then it looks like this would be the retest I should have waited for. And this is the MK strategy. And that original strike, I wanted the 413, but I couldn't afford, no, let's see the 414, but I couldn't afford it. Now I can. But the smart plan, the smart strike to take would be the 413 right here. Try to get in, let's see if it might pull back a little bit and try and get in at 30. let's say hypothetically, yep, we put a buy in at 30, so we're in at 30 hypothetically, and of course it drops back down to 29. Now we would hope that the bulls will step in and confirm this demand zone, and then this will push up. However, if it fails and this drops, then this is going to really drop. Oh, and on VIX, you can see that we're rejecting from the daily. So a key, well, I don't want to say a key inflection point because I'm using Adam Mancini's words, and this isn't that severe. But this is we'll see if this is a test of the demand zone. Let's just hypothetically say that we're in at 300, just for fun's sakes. If we really want to scrape profits, we can just sell now here at 360 and make 50 bucks. One thing we could have also done is simply put a buy-in right at the demand line. And instead of getting in at 30, we could have gotten maybe at 26, 27. I think what I need to start doing also is trying to determine when to follow my gut and just stick with the levels for Adam Mancini, and when to try and follow the strategy for MK. And I've said it before, MK strategy works very well on days where we're going to chop a little bit. When it's extreme chop and it's complete randomness, not so much. Nothing really works in those days. It's just chaos. But on days like Friday, where we had a clear breakout of a descending channel that we've been stuck in for the past week, right? So this was Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So we started that channel even as early as the week before. This is a clear breakout of that channel. Forget about the MK strategy. Here, you'd want to take it long at the break. And this was a nice rally. We opened at 408 and ended at 413. Relatively speaking, 5 points is pretty good in this market. But in days like today, the MK strategy would be preferable. And I think I even said it this morning, we formed a supply here pre-market and have been pushing down. So it might have been a good idea to take it short at the bell. Then demand is formed here, as you can see, at 10:15, and then just simply wait for a retest of that demand, and here. Though in all honesty, I would have sold at 36 if I got in at 30, especially if I was able to get in at 27. To make $90 in less than 10 minutes, that's fine. But it looks like right now on the VIX, there's trouble getting past this line here. And since we formed this demand confluent with the pre-market low, this is going to be a difficult level to get past. Anyways, that's my update. I've got to jump in here. This is, I mean, textbook perfect, man. Textbook perfect. Demand formed. I foolishly went long too early, thinking that this was the retest, but I mean, how would I ever know? You know, this is impossible for me to predict. We came back down, retested the demand zone to the dollar, to the penny, and then came back up. And you see we just almost clipped 46. It probably will clip it. We did push back past that one resistance on VIX, obviously, right here. This was our resistance earlier. We pushed past that, and look at this gap here as we push down even more. The most impressive thing is if, again, you had put your buy in. Let's say you decide, you know what, I'm going to be very picky, very demanding. I will not make a trade unless this thing comes back and retests the demand zone to the letter. I mean, to the penny. And only then will I take it long. Well, if you did that, if you were that picky, and it picked you up and you were able to get in at 26, 27, and if you sold half, let's say at 36, 37, and held a couple runners, or the other half and sent it to 47, that would be, I think that would be, I can't do the math right now, but obviously I think it's like 200. No, it would be 200 if you kept it to 47. So I'm guessing 125. I don't know. But either way, it played out perfectly. Logically, though, you would want to sell here if you're doing the MK strategy, because look, this is where we created the supply, a very clean supply. Fortunately, though, VIX is still going down. So if you had any positions left, you would sell it here. And if you had, one or two runners, then hold those to break even. But yeah, this was a beautiful example of the MK strategy working. Well, my modification to the MK strategy. But again, clean demand formed, major demand, retested, and in that retest, you might see we formed a minor demand right here. So this and this might be enough confluence to push this past this supply that formed. And this is the major supply right now. So it turned out beautifully. This was a day, this is an MK day. Yep. Alright, quick update. This was where we retested our demand, we popped back up, we broke through the previous supply, but unfortunately made another supply, and this fell back down. But as you can see here, this is where it hit a low in the low 27s. We hypothetically got in at 30, because we can only pretend that we did, and sold some at 30, at 40, and you can see here this had a quick peak up to almost 60. I don't know how much people would have gotten filled there, but yeah, there you go. And we formed another minor demand, but just immediately fell below. So this is just Chop City here. All right, one more update before I maybe do one final video before the market closes in the next hour. I'm going to start off with Adam Mancini's tweet, and you can see here, let me back this up. This was the option I chose when we retested the demand, and you can see it's just a bunch of chop. If you didn't sell here, and this candle's at 145, where's 145? Yeah. If you didn't sell here, this dip down will probably, I don't know, unless you weren't using a stop loss, would definitely kick in people's stop loss. But what a wonderful dip this was, because look, this is essentially a textbook fake breakdown, creating another demand just above the previous demand. And remember, when a major demand is formed, it isn't invalidated. God, I can't talk. It is not invalidated unless the candle closes below it. And you can see this wick just touched it to the exact point. And this one, even though the price went below it, the candle itself closed above. So this demand zone is still valid. And if you had gotten in here, you can see there's no real retest, but I mean, with a wick that long, I would have jumped in immediately at this 215, which is right about here. somewhere here. That's about 215. That's where this candle started. And if you got in a little bit late at $25, you could have still sold close to 50. So an overall choppy day, but still there was time to make profit. So if I had more funds in the account to risk a couple more trades, this one I definitely would have done. I don't know if I would have done this one. Sorry, I'm exhausted. But if you didn't do any trades all day and you're really waiting for your opportunity and you missed this retest here, this is it. This is definitely a good point to jump in. So anyways, I'm gonna get rid of this. And actually something else I noticed too, I'm gonna point this out. And this is something I should have considered this morning. I know Adam Mancini said 4150 was support, but I should have checked here. You can see I'm actually gonna put a line. No, I'm not going to. No, maybe I will. Hold on. Maybe not. I don't know, but 4145 is when this. Let's put this back to a 515. This very clean looking well, no, that was the one after it. Sorry. This one's 4143. Okay. So this is 4143.7. I'm going to go ahead and mark this down. Let me zoom out a little bit. All right. I hope this stays relevant for more than a few days. So after the bull flag occurred, oh my God, and then the rally on Friday, we had a brief base here, creating a base rally, and it looks like this is the spot, although I may have to adjust it. Yeah, I may have to adjust it. It looks like this is the spot where we had a pre-market low, but it shows more clearly on the ES, I think, or maybe it doesn't at all. Yeah, on ES, if you look here, where we made this demand, and you look to the left where my cursor is, this was also a pre-market low that was tested twice yesterday evening. It looks like we also bounced right off of this trend. I wonder if this shows the same thing on TradingView. Let's back it up to a 4 or a 4. No, it's not the same in TradingView. Yeah, it looks like the bulls are trying their best to keep this up within this channel that we were stuck in before. Although I don't like the fact that this is the same width. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, what I was gonna say is I think a better plan I should have come up with is instead of I just hoped and thought, and that's really not a good reason to trade. It's based on hope and whatever, that we might just be able to have a little bit of a rally. My God, dude, I'm so tired, man. This is ridiculous. We might have a little bit of a rally when the market opened, and obviously that hope was wrong, and I doubled down, and that cost me big time. Pretty much cost me all my profits on Friday. But if I had instead created a plan where I would retest the pre-market low and then taken it long, that would have been a better strategy. But nonetheless, you can see here for the full day, we've basically been chopping between 411 and 413. So not much movement. So this is definitely a scalper's day. I forgot I wanted to point out something on VIX and then read Adam Mancini's tweet, but check it out. that, hold on, one more time, let's just show, I mean, I keep thinking that you guys disappear for a while and then come back, but I forget that the video's consecutive. So whatever I said in the last video was literally seconds ago. But again, this dip down right here, this sudden spike down, this failed breakdown, which I really gotta get into the habit of recognizing these things more, because it is, I would say that the chances of these failed breakdowns turning into a little mini rally is almost 80% a good chance it's going to happen. And I bet you Adam Mancini mentioned it in this tweet, but hold on. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he added to his position if he didn't already have one for this failed breakdown. But remember this spike, this wick right here? All right, now let's look at VIX. Look at where that spike ended, right at my daily. So another plan I could have had today is, hey, you know what? I won't take any trades unless I see a strong recovery or rejection from either this trend line or from this one. Although I think that's what I did today when I took one of my longs. My first long was here, or was it here? I don't remember. I think it was here. And I was hoping this would break down here, and it did, but unfortunately it just went to this big chop. Of course, the market didn't decide to rally until well after I made my trade. But let's go ahead and read Adam Mancini's tweet. And then I might make this my last video because I don't expect anything major to happen in the next half hour. All right. Another quick flush into today's 413840 support cluster, which was nicely defended as ES continued the post-rally chop phase. As posted, 414060 equals a bull flag consolidation zone. 4176, 4183 remain breakout targets. Sell only occurs if that 413840 support breaks down. So, in other words, chances are, I'm guessing if I read his newsletter, if he wasn't already in a position right now, chances are he created one or added to his previous position upon this false breakdown. And remember, I said this cluster of trends and this support level all meeting at once. Speaking of which, let me go ahead and try and update these levels based on the drop, which was exactly at 413. No, this was 4138. So this is wrong. Let's adjust this. 4138. I'm telling you, these levels must change over time. There's no way they could all be wrong over and over again. This demand zone formed at 4145. So that seems about accurate to my 4143 below, but I just put that recently, so that was today. All right, so I have a supply forming at 4155. Let's see if that's accurate here. It's more like 4156. And then 4159 is here. So this is wrong. Incredible, man. Absolutely incredible. Either I got to figure out an algorithm that perfectly places the levels on ES, mirroring it on SPY, or I really got to just switch over to futures one day somehow and just deal with ES alone and not have to look at SPY and deal with this whole nonsense. Oh, all right. Anyways, I think I'm going to make this the last video, like I said, and mark my words, unless some news comes out tomorrow overnight or pre-market, after-market, whatever, this thing's going to rally. Because Adam Mancini's right. One more time. You know what? Let's look at it in TradingView. We are just a big picture. Let's look at it in the 1 hour. Just a big picture. We've broken out of this channel that we were in for much of last week. That created Friday's rally. We couldn't quite get over this trend line here, which was a rejection. Check it out. Here, 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 and then one more today on the hour. All right. So bulls want to keep this above this line, which, by the way, I probably should extend some more. I'm just gonna hold on. Sorry. damn it. I hate when I try and extend it and I mess up the way it flows. Okay. So we are forming a bull flag. Let's see if I can draw it now. Holy crap, man. Just oh yeah. I'm not quite sure where the oh, I guess that's it. I don't know if that's really the bottom though. I wonder if that's just a fake breakdown and I should make the bottom. You know what? I'll take it. I'll just put it there. It looks too perfect, but I'll take it. So yeah, what I would love to see, but I know it's not going to happen, is that we get a rejection soon or after market. We retest the bottom of this bull flag at some point in the wee early mornings of the hour. The wee morning, early morning of, you know what I mean. And we might get back to the top of the, no, you know what? No, I want to be greedy. I want to reach down here right before the market opens. So maybe we'll chop here, reject, and then for some reason we'll have a big sell-off tonight, and it'll be beautiful if we can get a confluence of this. Although is this a support? Is this a support 4133? Hmm. I don't know. I don't know if 4133. You know what? Whatever. I don't care. I'm just gonna say it's support right now. It'll be beautiful. We can get a retest of the confluence of the bottom of the bull flag with this support, and then bam to a rally. And then, you know, I I still would take this. Even if we reject off the top of the bull flag, I would take this. But it would be even better if we don't reject and we can break the bull flag. But there's a lot of confluences here. We've got the bull flag. We've got a major resistance at 4155. We have this trend line. We have the green channel, bottom of the green channel that we've been in. And, or is that the top? That's the bottom. That's the bottom of the green channel. And then we got to break out here. And Adam Mancini's next target, I keep forgetting to mark it here. And I have to add it on Thinkorswim. 4168, I think he said. "4160" is actually the top of this chop. But I would assume 4160 is resistance. Then we have 4176, which I think is confluent to this trend. I don't know why 4171 isn't still a resistance. I'm just gonna leave it there for now. And then the ultimate target is 4183, which I think is confluent to the top of that channel. So here. But I'm going to adjust this just in case. Okay. Of course, this won't look the same on Thinkorswim. I've got to work on that later on this evening. But yeah, this is going to be my last video and then I'll just upload whatever. But ultimately today, unfortunately, I went from 60 to 40. So it was a pretty hefty loss today, unfortunately, from my account. I'm going to, of course, the stupid iPad's not charging. Let's see, I would say it's about a 30%, 40% loss. Yep, minus 42%. So worse than whatever positives I gained on Friday, blew it all there. So unfortunate. First mistake was going long without any real true reason to do so, other than the fact that it appeared that we're bouncing at Adam Mancini's levels. Second problem was doubling down on the position, but taking my trade here, the only problem with it here is that I didn't wait for it to pull back as far as I normally would wait for it. And I probably should have done that because since I had very little funds left to trade with, I had to choose a strike that was 3 points out of the money. So I chose 412. I chose 415 when the SPY was at 412, and that wasn't really optimal. I mean, still, this is a difficult day to trade. The best trading opportunity would have been this retest of this demand zone here to get in here from 30 to 50, or to get this false breakdown here, this demand that formed here, and get in from, again, like 25, 20 to, again, 50. So you can get 100% profits, but you'll have to really time it perfectly. So anyways.